Are you a human in 2024? If you are, most likely you're on some form of social media, whether it is Facebook, X, cause X gonna give it to you, or TikTok. You're on something, we all are. And if you're not, well, that sounds like a you problem, so you can just go on with yourself. Actually, no, because I like to know that somebody's watching me. It's kind of a voyeurism thing. Like when I'm off by myself, running naked and just let's let it go with that. But anyways, so if you are on some form of social media, you know what this is. You know what this is. I have to go to that camera as well. But you know what this is. And which means I'm done with this video. I really ain't got to go any further. If you know what this is, I'm done. Just go on with you. I'm done. We're done. So talk to you next week. That was a short video. Thank you. So you're still here because you don't know what that is? Well, we're here to tell you. But I need to confess something to you out there. That first part of the video was just a setup. Because I needed to know who the true bug cultists are. You know, the people that are here to worship me and believe in me and fall to the knees when I rise from the grave. That's what I needed to prove. That's what I needed from you. I needed you. I needed your approval. Your atonement, your love, your whatever the people are. But back to this. This is what we're here for. This right here. This, a lapel microphone. That's right. If you've been on TikTok shopping, brother, you've seen these advertised. These are lapel microphones. And what is a lapel microphone? Well, it's exactly what it says. A mic that goes on your lapel. But this one goes wirelessly. Check that out, wirelessly. And what do you get? Well, you get your receiver right here. I'll show that. You get your receiver right there. And you get two microphones, two microphones. Some of them only sell one, but this one right here, it gets two. And it will help you make better videos out there. And you're probably thinking to yourself, how is this supposed to make better videos for me? Well, it's all in the audio quality. Because see, when you're using your cell phone, the audio quality is only as good as you are. I mean, if you're right here, it's really loud. If it's right here, and I'm not sure if you can enhance it, but on the Androids, you can't enhance it. On the Androids, you're there. Now, Apple, you might be better, but I don't think so. I think that we're stuck to the limitations of length, right? So if you take this and throw it across the room, nobody's going to hear you. Why do you want to throw your phone? Why are you throwing your phone? But again, if it's across the room, you're not going to be able to pick it up. That's where this is a wonderful device for that. Because this will pick up from across the room. Now, how does it work? Well, it's simple. You take the receiver, plug it in the phone like so, take the microphone, as it said, lapel microphone, and put it on your lapel, and just pull up your record, and your TikTok, your Reels, or just making a video, and you can talk with it. So now you can put your phone up somewhere and walk away. And you don't have to yell. You don't have to be like, yeah! To be able to hear anybody, to hear your video, or to have people hear you in your video. You can just straight talk normal like you're doing now. Now, you're probably thinking, this audio right now sucks. Well, that's because I'm not using any kind of microphone. I'm only using the microphone on the camera right now. And there's reason for that. I would have an actual mic set up, I'd have one of these set up, but I have a reason why I'm using that, just the camera microphone. And I'll explain why in a few minutes, or you'll hear why in a few minutes, because we're going to do a test. But before we get to the test, let me ask you this. What if you want to break free from the confines of your cell phone, and you want to move into YouTubes or making short movies? Well, this is great and all. I mean, the price, like literally, you can pick these up from anywhere from, 10 to 30 bucks. I picked this from Temu, I think it was like 15 bucks. And as you see, it's going to sound okay. But if you want to break from the confines of your cell phone, you might want to move up in the world. You might want to move on up to the top. And so you want something a little bit better. Something like this Hollyland right here. And as they say, you get what you pay for. Like I said, this is between $10 and $30, depending on where you get it. One of these can range from $70 to $100, maybe a little bit more, depending on where you go. And here's a good thing about these right here. If you don't want to pay the price, tech heads, people that like their technology, people who love their cameras, they're always upgrading, like I mentioned in the other video. So you can pick these up for a song and a dance. And if you know how to trade, you may not have to pay anything for them. Depending on if you know how to trade, you have gear to trade. So just because you hear the prices of these, don't think you have to pay for the price. Just remember that. But again, you get what you pay for. So here, this is all you're getting. You get the box, the mic, and the receiver. That's it. But if you pay a little bit more, what do you get? Well, with this Hollyland Lark C1, well, you get a hard case. All right, we're going to do a little unboxing. You get the hard case. You open it up. You open it up, and here you will see the charging case. Open it up, and what do we got? We've got the receiver right here, and we have, again, two microphones. And Hollyland, well, they've got sets that you can get just the one microphone if you just want to be, doing your, making a YouTuber videos for yourself. You can just get the one. Me, I have to get this because sometimes I want to make a TikTok with my wife. So you get this, you get the hard case, and you get something else that's very important, which you'll see in a little bit, is windscreens for the microphones. These little puffy balls right there. So you do get what you pay for, and you'll hear why in a few minutes. But you got the Hollyland, and you got this generic right here. And I don't know what the brand is. It just was on Temu. But this one is Hollyland Lark C1. Now, if you hear this one and you don't like it, well, there's other companies out there like DJI, Rhodes, and many other companies that make systems similar to this. But for this case, we're using this one to get an idea of money versus cheap. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get into the sound test, see the sound you want, and we're going to get in the distance test. The distance test, and we're going to see how it sounds and let you guys make your own judgment of these. Now, if you want the tech specs on it, like the range and the gigahertz and all the other little things that come with understanding these things, there's better videos out there. I'm not a teacher. And when I'm watching these videos, and there's a lot of good ones out there, well, when I watch these, the only thing I want to know is the distance and the sound. And that's what we're going to do here. This is my little makeshift studio, so we're going to do the distance within this studio. And maybe walk through the doors right there and see how it sounds there. We're not going to do a 600 feet test, because there's some people that will do 600 feet with this thing right here. 600 feet with the Rhodes and the DJI. And why do you need 600 feet with this thing? Why? I don't get that. Usually when you're making small videos, you want it. But if you're going to the YouTubes, you're going to want 600 feet. But then you can go up to something a little bit better. And we'll kind of go into why you want this over this for just better YouTubes and TikToks. So let's get into it. All right? Test and sound. So now we're going to do a sound and distance test for your viewing pleasure. Right now I have the Temu one on, and if you like this one, well, you're probably not out of luck by any means, because if you're on TikTok and you see it there, well, they sell ones that look just like this one. Probably different name brands, and I'm going to make the assumption they're all probably from the same company, so you get the same quality. So if you like this and you're on a budget and you're okay with this, there you go. But anyways, this is what this sounds like. And now we're going to do a distance test. Okay, so we're going to do a distance test. So let's go. I hope you guys can hear me. Like, how much further than this are you going to really go? Because if you're going to use it for just your cell phone, this is the distance you are. See? So check it out. We're here, we're over here, and I don't have to really yell. You can still hear me. Now we're going to go into the other room, which, if you're making movies and stuff, you want to go with something bigger, better. But anyways, we're in the other room. I'm in the other room talking. You can't see me, blah, blah, blah. Now we're coming back. So I don't know how that sounds. I'm about to check it. So that was the distance test, right? And that was the sound test. Now, without a windscreen, because I'm going to test it with what comes with it. You know what comes with it. So now we're going to take it outside and see how it sounds.
So now we're gonna do a distance test out here. So now you can still hear me going, talking. I don't know how this will sound, but can you hear wind? Oh, that fell off the porch. I gotta get that back on the porch. That was pretty good. Hey, what's up? So that's the distance test. If you're using a cell phone, I'm not sure you'd want to go much more than this. Maybe you're out in the world, but you know, if you're doing like nature and survival or whatever, you're gonna want something a little bit better than a $30 microphone or wireless mic. So now this one right here, this is the Hollyland Lark C1 for the sound test. I hope this actually sounds better. This is the one that I like, and like I said, I like this one over the DJI and Rhodes. I thought it had a deeper, richer sound. Again, there's no windscreen on it, which we'll get to that in a second because it comes with it, so you're going to utilize that. But now let's do a distance test. We're going to go do the distance. You're going the distance. Again, why are you going to, if you're using your cell phone to make, you know, YouTube or TikToks, why are you going to go any further than this? This right here is freaking perfect. But let's go in the other room like I did with the other one. La 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 la. I spilled that crap. Aw, poopers. Well, that's upside down shit. Anyways. All right. That was the sound test. That was going through a wall. What did you guys think? I hope it sounded good. Now we're going to take this one outside, and I'm going to put the windscreen on. And I didn't use this windscreen on the other one, well, simply because it didn't come with one. So you would actually have to buy extra for that one as well. Or you can make one. There are tutorials on how to make windscreens, and it's not that hard. But let's take it outside. Now, this is the Hollyland with the windscreen on, because that's, you know, it comes with the windscreen, so why wouldn't you utilize that? So let's go over here and do the distance thing again. Just going the distance. So how's it sound? And just to give you an idea, let's take the windscreen off. There's the difference without the windscreen. So putting it back on. All right. And that was the difference with it. I don't know if that was a good enough quality test. We'll take it off one more time, I guess. There's the wind right there. Can you feel the difference? I can feel the difference. But this is how I'd actually use it. I would use the windscreen on it at all times. Matter of fact, I'll show you what it sounds like inside, and I'll do the same thing. Take the windscreen off and put it back on. So let's go on inside. Now, this is what it sounds like inside with the windscreen. And honestly, if I was going to be using this, well, when I use this, I do use the windscreen because it has kind of a deeper sound to me. Now, if you're wondering about the video quality difference, well, I'm recording inside here with the DJI Action 4 because unfortunately, these newer lapel microphones either have a connection for the Android phones or the Apple phones. They don't really have a connection to hook up to the good cameras. And you would have to buy extra stuff for that. Means more stuff you have to carry. These lapel mics are better served for cell phone or action cameras. And as far as waterproofing and all, I'm not sure if there's an XP rating for any of these. But again, this is the sound test and the distance test for both the generic, cheaper, and more inexpensive lapel mic versus the Hollyland or something like a DJI. So I hope this was helpful. Go back to let's get back into it where the table was right there. Now you see why I was been using the camera microphone versus one of these. You see, it's your fault. It's you out there. I'm trying to please. Because I wanted you to understand the difference in quality and sound. Because right now I have a microphone that's 10 feet away from me. And can you imagine if this video was recorded on this and how it would sound if it was 5 feet from me or whatever this is? That's about 100 feet. That's 1,000 feet. That's a million feet right there. That's a long ways. But you saw the quality and difference in these two. And in these two right here, these two. And let's face it, with the range test, who's going beyond, if they're using your cell phone to make a TikTok or a Reels, who's really going to go 1,000 feet across the road to make a TikTok? I mean, it does happen, don't get me wrong, it does happen.
And having a good mic that has distance will benefit you so hard. It'll benefit you hard all night long, trust me. Benefit you in and out. But seriously, it'll benefit you to have a good mic. Again, if you're on a budget, this is a great option, especially if you're gonna stay just making TikToks and YouTube, or TikToks and Reels. It can be beneficial. But again, if you're wanting better quality, if you want to break out of just the cell phone, you want to go something better. Now, there are other companies out there like DJI, Rhodes, Lark. No, this is the Lark. There's others out there that have microphones similar to this, and some have better quality, some have worse quality. I've seen a test between Rhodes, DJI, and this Hollyland right here, and honestly, I think the Hollyland had better, richer sound. But also remember, everybody has their own preference, and when it comes to making videos like this, there's no one correct answer for anyone. Everybody has their own style, sound, feel, and things that work for them. So I like the Hollyland. It's within my budget, and it works for me. So just remember that. Now, you might be asking yourself, because I pointed this out, like, why wouldn't you just go get something like this? Well, because it has its drawbacks. It really does. And this has its drawbacks. So we're just going to do a brief little thing on this right here, and then I'll be done with it. See, the Hollyland, well, you pull this out, and you got your receiver, and you got your microphone. Everything you need is right there. And if you're not going to use the windscreen and carry the case, you don't need that. You can just throw this in your pocket like so. You just throw that in your pocket, and you're good to go. And there's your whole YouTube right there. There's your whole TikTok. That's everything you need to make a good TikTok. This has a little bit superior sound, right? You check all that stuff you get with this. And what's really neat about this, check out this wonderful display. Look at this little display right here. See? Oh, wait till it comes up, wait till it comes up. It has features, the little knobs. This is what really sold me, these knobs, right? Turn it off. Oh, so it has the knobs. It has like where you put a headphone jack in there, USB if you want to record, have an external battery power, headphone jack, an external mic, or this can go straight into your camera. This is the, it has, first off, one of the benefits of this one is it has a display screen right there. Also, it has noise cancellation. And also, you can charge it up separately, or have a separate power cord to it, or a power source to it. So that means you can put a battery pack in your pocket and have it. It also has an actual lapel mic to it. Also comes with a windscreen as well. And the wonderful thing about this is, hang on, you can get 7 to 8 hours out of this one as well. But there's where the drawback is. Here, everything is right there. You're good to go. Not everything you want to do with this, because also if you want to use this with your cell phone, you've got to get an extra cord to plug it into your cell phone, and then you got to get a separate rig or casing to go with this right here. So this is better served for the cameras like I'm using right now. So this has its drawbacks with it, which we'll go in better detail with it. It's a great sounding system, and again, there's other companies out there that have ones like this. I forgot what companies do it, but Hollyland has one that would rival this one as well, which within a year, I don't have the budget right now, within a year I'd like to do a sound test with it. And another thing with some of them like Hollyland, they have onboard recorders. So you don't even have to use your sound for your SD card. You can save it, save space, and all that wonderful stuff, blah, blah, blah. Now, there is one drawback with these right here. So when you get these, you have to choose whether you're going to get an Apple or Android phone, USB Type-C, so you have to tell them that. So, but these can only be used with your cell phones and probably current cameras. The older cameras doesn't work. You have to get certain adapters and connectors with it. And if you're going to go get connectors and adapters to use this, you might as well upgrade to something like this. Right? But again, this has drawbacks because I can't just plug and go with my phone. I got to do a bunch of wheeling and dealing to make it work. Now, if this had an onboard recorder, then we could, we could just, shame. We could. So, anyways, I hope this video was somewhat informative. If you want any technical specs of this thing, please go check out, find videos on it because there's a lot of great videos out there. I've seen hundreds of them. And they do a wonderful job of actually educating you on all the specs of this thing. So, I'll check it later. I'm gone. I'm done. I've got to go record the distant test now. So, be gone with you.